to let us kill guards. Because we are actively breaking the law.
Well, to be honest, he started it too, so... Then again, all you guys are in here for your own reasons.
Yeah, and lawful evil says you shall not aid criminals or those who protect the weak.
Yeah, I'm rather confused on how he takes his evil route. It doesn't seem evil, but that's his character, like I said.
He sounds evil when he's good, and good when he's evil. Because he wanted to stop Katie from killing the person when he was an evil character. Well, I guess if he's lawful evil. I guess, yeah, he would stop her from harming someone that's bound up, but...
Then again, he could have been trying to stop you guys from killing, just not to proc his law.
That's the other thing I was thinking of, is maybe. But, then again, he could have just not been near it. He could have removed himself from the situation instead of standing next to her.
Next to you. He's bad at being evil and good at being bad when being good.
Yeah. No, I was technically, at the time when this was happening, when she was about to stab the person, he was not near me. He was kind of off on his own.
Oh, that guy. I'm talking about the guy you killed right in front of his head today, when he was like, don't kill me.
Oh, no. No, I wasn't talking about today.
He could have been doing that just not to proc his passive.
Yeah. You do realize that if he doesn't die to enemies, he's more likely to die from the party
You see,
killing him.
That line of thought is correct. People have done bad, but in the scale on how good, evil, and neutrality work in D&D's sense, there's very few points that is allotted towards doing something that is evil, something that is doing towards neutrality, and something that is done for being good. Someone that is willing to kill, or let someone be killed, is considered an evil act. Just flat out. Someone that chooses to only care about self-worth, it's considered neutrality. And then the humble person that's willing to fight for what they believe in a positive sense, not necessarily for their own self-worth or gain, is considered good acts. Some acts affect your alignment while others don't. So, like, lying may be bad and not necessarily enough to throw you out of your alignment.
Yeah. Although he was actively letting an evil person murder a helpless and defenseless animal.
Yeah.
Which is definitely not a good act.
Well, it depends on the paladin they're trying to play, because some paladins actually are pretty fucking evil, even though they're supposed to... Paladin's supposed to be lawful, or they're supposed to be good?
Lawful.
So you can be a lawful evil paladin.
I know, I'm just saying, technically at the moment, he's saying he's lawful good.
Yeah. I'm saying to,
Oh.
yeah, his comment. Tell that to a paladin. A paladin can be lawful evil.
Hmm.
So they're still in their rights to do evil acts.
Yeah, they'd just be a dark paladin. I can't remember what that's called. I think it has a special name, doesn't it?
I wouldn't know.
Whereas, like, my character in that campaign, while letting Katie's character kill the animal, I didn't want to watch it, but I'm not going to stop her. Because it's not technically against the law, which is all I care about is lawful neutral, is the law and myself.
Actually, yeah, I think you're right. It is a blackguard.
Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, of course he would know. I didn't know he was still in the chat.
But yeah, alignments. Really, for the player, it's not so much tricky thing. If you have a DM that's doing his job right, he'll be letting you know at end of campaigns and sessions, like, hey man, you did a really great job today, but just so you know, watching that girl sit there while your friends were shoving arrows through her eyes, even though you're a good person, being a lawful good person, you would interject in that. You wouldn't let that happen. You need to work on that. See, that's something that a DM should be doing. He should be guiding you through the path of your character. As long as your character wants to be lawful good, if he's letting you know in areas you're doing that aren't lawful good, he's doing his job. If he's just sitting there and sitting back and being quiet and letting you do all this, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so, by the way, you're lawful evil now. And the character's just like, what? Since when? And he's like, oh, well, all the way back then. He's like, but you never told me. Then there's issues that arise. It's all about communication, guys. That's just a life law altogether by itself.
Yeah. It's not the, I'm pretty sure I wasn't around for this, but I'm pretty sure it's not the first time he's gone against his alignment, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's not hard to go against your alignment, though, but sometimes it's just human nature to do stuff like that. But then it's the job of the DM to try to keep it round up in between how you want your character to react, not so much human aspect. Because a lot of times people make their characters, they don't want it to be human. They want it to be something that they imagine. So it's a DM's job to help them get to that point of imagining the character that they want. Because sometimes out of life can affect how we play in D&D sometimes.
Is that campaign supposed to be a good campaign, or is it an evil?
No,
like,
it's not supposed to be any type of campaign. It's just supposed to be a campaign. Okay. It just turns out that the only thing that has main story plots going around each other is a good person.
Yeah, a lawful good person is in love with a chaotic evil person. And then the lawful neutral character has a chaotic neutral sister.
Yep, it works out like that. She is so chaotic evil.
A lawful neutral and chaotic neutral can get along to an extent. That we just have a lot different viewpoints.
Which is where, yeah, it leads
brother
up.
and sister.
Yeah. Then again, there's also a different aspect of being able to play an evil character, which people don't exploit all the way. You can be the evilest of neutral evil characters. And know what? Not a single player in your group needs to even know the fact that you're evil. It's all about how you choose to do things.
Yep. Because you can manipulate. Because that is something a neutral evil would do. Because he would manipulate good characters to help him to advance himself.
Like, that's one of the biggest problems when you're playing an evil character in D&D sometimes. People are too transparent with their evilness. Someone that's evil, they are not transparent unless they're a grunt. And know what? Most of the time, grunts aren't even evil. They're just following their orders. You have to take that in the thought in mind. Being evil does not mean that you have to be the villain that's saying, "Oh, my plan is coming together, and then I will slay all of you while you sleep. You hear me?"
Yeah. Yeah, my character is neutral evil in that the evil campaign we're doing now, but the only reason I did kill that one motherfucker is because I was hurt already, so I was a little pissed off. It was pseudo rage.
Like, take this in for instance. You want to play an evil character and a group of good people. You can pull the DM to the side and like, "Hey, dude, I know you want to do a good campaign, but I really am feeling evil for this. I'll try to keep it within the realms of an evil character, but not necessarily to destroy the party. So maybe in some cases you can come to the side with me, have a talk. I can do something evil just talking to you directly so the group doesn't need to know about it, and I can play off as a good character while in the limelight, but once I'm on my own talking to you personally, I can do my evil acts like that." That's a way that an evil character would do. He would act good in front of the group, pull the DM aside, do his evil deeds like that, and pull it back on. And then all they know is that the DM had a private discussion with one of the players of stuff they don't need to know. Which again, falls on the DM's shoulders for being a good DM.
That's actually exactly what's going on in in Dark's campaign, which may or may not be disbanded. We will see.
What?
But Dark's campaign has, from the one night that I was sitting in on it, is that there's a guy that's the leader of a group who is actually a necromancer, but no one knows about it. They think he's a cleric. And he is slowly attempting to take over the world with his undead army, who we know about the undead, we just don't know where they're coming from. So our group is technically trying to stop it. So he's being evil, but he's assisting the group to help stop it. But he is secretly he's the one behind everything. My character is chaotic neutral, so at a certain point, I can pick a side. But this is meta knowledge, of course. But
basically, overall, guys, you don't have to be upfront with how you play your character. You can do your character however you want. No one can tell you what to do.
Except the DM.
Except for the DM.
Kinda.
The DM can tell you what your character is going to do, what it has to do, and what it's going to do because he says so. You as a player don't have to let that happen. You can leave the group just for my instance as well, because no one likes the DM that throws a DM card in people's faces and forces their characters to do stuff that isn't rightfully just. That's obvious.
Yes.
But you have the control over your character. You choose how you want them to do things. It's a job of the DM to interpret it how it's going to actually affect the game. If you have a good DM, you'll have a good game.
That does suck if you have that kind of DM, JR. I just saw that post. I was away temporarily. He said, wow, our DMs are more like, you should just know your stuff to the players.
When did you say that?
A little bit ago. About 8 minutes ago. The last thing he said.